I'm in the CTO Slack group, and a message came out the other day where one of the CTOs was asking the other CTOs, hey, what are you all doing to change your team structure and organization given Cloud Code, given AI? And there are a lot of people that answered back. I mean, the kind of consistent answer was, we're reducing the number of developers per PM. So maybe it's almost even like 1-to-1 or 2-to-1, 2 developers per 1 PM. And that they were trying to also increase the amount of product understanding that developers took on so that they could relieve the PM from doing some of the detailed thinking. And all that makes sense. We're also doing that. But I think there's still an issue there. Even if you're 2-to-1 developers to PM, a lot of times those developers are still going to sit on their hands. Like they're just, sometimes there's two bottlenecks. The bottleneck of what should we build? It's hard to get that out of stakeholders. And there's another bottleneck, which is, all right, we built stuff. What do the users think? A lot of times those users aren't ready to just take on that much software. So developers have to sit around waiting for those bottlenecks to like open up. And I remember that there's a friend of mine named Rich had a company that was doing more like web development, and he had kind of this like retainer-based development billing model where his clients could basically ask for whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted. There was sort of like a above a certain size, or if it was a brand new website, you had to get it bid or estimated, but below, whatever that threshold was, it just send it our way. We'll get it done for you. And you just have to pay this monthly fee, and it's sort of as much as you want, we'll do it. And he knew that nobody was going to ask for too much because they just didn't have that much that they wanted done unless they wanted a whole new website. They couldn't keep him and his team busy, so he could spread engineers across a number of, or web developers across a number of different websites and just keep those maintained. And I think that what we're seeing with Cloud Code and Codex 5.3 is that complexity has gone down more into what web development complexity used to be. So we're going to try this. We're going to try this at Kelsus. We're making this like experimental team, and we're going to basically charge retainers for them. And those retainers are going to be less expensive than a full-time dedicated developer. We thought about like actually switching some of our existing team committed people into this team and saying, well, you can kind of work half and half. But we realized we can't. Like, if anything went wrong with any of our existing clients, those clients would say, well, you were the one, what are you doing? We expected full dedication, full focus from those developers. And that must be why we had an issue. So we can't take those people that are already committed to certain teams and put them in a sort of more retainer model. But what we can do is we can create a new retainer-based team and then grow that, even at the expense of the larger teams. If those existing clients want to talk to us about participating in the retainer style work, we can absolutely do that. Maybe they shouldn't do it with their legacy projects, but yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if the developers that are in that world where they have to context switch between clients and projects are going to like it. I don't know if they're going to be fast enough. I don't know if they're just going to get burned out quickly. Lots to figure out here, but we got to try something because the risk of doing nothing is just as high as the risk of doing something right now. So, okay, so do you have a project that you want to feed us and put into this team? It's like requirements go in, we can have meetings with you, and you just feed them in and we'll get them done. And it's sort of like what Cursor or like what Devin, it's sort of what like they were trying to sell, but the AI itself is not that good yet. You still need a developer to take care of CI/CD, take care of monitoring, take care of making sure things actually work, take care of making sure the architecture looks good, make sure that Cloud Code's not producing absolute garbage, because it sometimes still does. So you still need that developer, but you might not need that full-time developer. You might not be able to keep that full-time developer busy. So just send the requirements in and the code will get done. Let's try it out.